Hello and welcome to the place that I come to test new cameras. These are the ruins of Holy Cross Church on the edge of Wallsend, overlooking the Dean, which is off in that direction, and actually connect to the River Tyne. So access via waterway was possible, but also as well the main town of Wallsend, which was sort of refounded after the Romans departed, is just over there. As far as these ruins go, it's actually a stone-built structure that's likely on the footings of a wooden structure. It was built in the year 1145, probably by monks from Jarrow Priory, just across the River Tyne, and was actually in service until the 18th century. In 1798, the church eventually was decommissioned and started to fall into ruin. I suspect that the congregation actually probably spent its time over there after this point. There's a church just over there across the Dean called St. Peter's. But I love this little spot. It was actually excavated in 1909, and the stone foundations and graves were restored, and also the base of the stone font was identified and remains within the building, which I have been into in the past, but unfortunately today the fence is padlocked. It's a real shame, but at the same time clearly the site needs protection. Now what I'm probably going to do, or probably have done for this little video, is try and use this wonderful new camera to get a high-up shot to overlay on this footage, so that you can possibly see a little bit inside. Actually, there you go. You can possibly just see there's maybe a Pepsi bottle in there. So people are going in and possibly have an evening to socialise, shall we say. Speaking of socialising though, a few years ago on the YouTube channel I published a Halloween video talking about the witches of Wallsend, and a story about this church that is almost certainly made up, but was quite a raucous tale for Halloween. So this Halloween I'll be sharing that story on TikTok, but if you want to find it before then, it's on the YouTube channel. The Witches of Wallsend, and I think one of the Percy family, if I remember, sort of a aristocratic Norman conquest legacy family who was riding through and apparently saw lights in the church, and what he discovered was an abomination to God. So there we go. I've just been testing out this camera, seeing what it can do, and today what I'm trying to do is be quite dynamic in terms of how I'm able to film, walk and talk, and also crucially walk and talk in as fewer takes as possible, so that I can come to a place, film, focus on what I want to say, and we can look in in whatever direction I deem most necessary for the story I want to tell. So here we are on the north side of the church. That over there was the altar, and you can see the base just through the north door there, the base of the font at the back. And it's a slightly wonky construction. You can see that they've definitely added to it over the years. The smaller archway on the exterior of the eaves, I guess, the entrance, the porch, and then the sort of the larger, again not perfect, but nonetheless solid door inside. As far as the material goes, it's likely, if not certain, that these blocks, especially these sort of, you can see on the exterior, fairly square cut blocks, came from Hadrian's Wall, which after all is only a couple of miles in that direction. So hence Wallsend. So yeah, these blocks are probably originally from the wall, and for a good several hundred years this was a place of worship and community, and also life and death. Anyway, let's see how this turns out. This is my first sort of location experiment with this camera. I'm looking forward to seeing the results.